Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Sunday, June 5th. Look at our impact map, quite benign for early June. We have a cold front, moist, cool conditions, showers across northern areas and even poking to some central areas today, lingering tomorrow. No significant impacts. A return to seasonable conditions on Tuesday. Humidity high, no major windy, dry events coming up. Did have a little bit of lightning up here on the right-hand panel across eastern Idaho, western Wyoming. Fuels are quite moist. Those storms, as you can see with the recent precip, were fairly wet. They had about a tenth of an inch or so. If we look at the recent fire activity, a few new starts in the south, all small, around an acre. No significant activity. And it has been another wet week. You can see the green, a half inch to pockets of an inch and a half across basically along and north of the I-80 corridor, especially into Idaho and Wyoming. But you can see how bone dry it has been across southern areas, near 0% of normal precip where you see the dark red, although there is higher humidity in some parts of northwest Nevada. You can see our fuel conditions still quite dry on the 100-hour fuels, 5% or lower in the red area, in the gold, single-digit 100-hour fuels. Look at some ERCs, and you can see that we've started drying out. This is in southern Ely's area. You can see they are record levels near their summertime peak. And similar story across the Fish Lake National Forest and surrounding valley areas of some national parks. You can see that we are approaching record dry levels after a couple of warm days following last weekend's storm. But you can see you don't have to go too far north to reach benign conditions. Once again, near normal, but not critical for this time of year. Satellite imagery looks more like late March than early June. You can see a strong cold front with clouds and precipitation moving across northern Nevada into much of Idaho and Montana. Again, no high pressure, so conditions are quite cool. The tight packing of the height lines indicates there'll be some winds, but humidity will be high. You can see by the air mass here on the left, this green area, clouds and spotty precipitation, steadier as you head further north. So even down in the south, they're not in that tannish, dry shade. They are seeing some higher overall air mass humidity. Our 7-day fire potential doesn't show much heavy concern. We do have strong winds here on the left across northern Nevada, but you can see those humidities above 30% for the most part, and where we are kind of dry, we're only around 13 to 20% in the southern areas. Moisture starts moving out, lingers in eastern areas, some drier air, but zonal flow, no big high pressure zone yet. We start drying out slowly. Humidity starts drying out, but not as dry as we've seen in past weeks. Winds overall fairly light, and where we do have winds, we do notice that humidity continues to be high. If we go further here on Tuesday, again, cold front coming in, weak high pressure starting to build in. You can see the humidities starting to dry out, especially across Nevada. A lot of single digits and low teens, so they are starting to dry out. No significant wind events through Tuesday. 3-day precip totals, again, mostly in the north and along the Sierra front. As we go into Wednesday, there is some more moisture moving into parts of Idaho, but we are starting to see high pressure trying to build in. That high builds in a bit more on Thursday. We'll start warming up. There is the possibility of some high base thunderstorms to our south. At this point, looks like they'll stay just south of our area. And then strong high pressure on Friday, really heating up over here. You can see how much of our PSAs here on the right have dried out. And we'll have to watch as this cold front comes through with maybe some increasing winds for Saturday, as some of our PSAs would have dried out significantly by then. 7-day precip and the 8 to 14-day outlook shows warmer than normal temperatures for many southern and central areas and a drier than normal signal, but a hint of some monsoonal moisture across southern parts of Arizona and New Mexico. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.